Well, hey everyone, this is Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back with you guys. So good to be here. And I've got a great show for you guys today. I really believe you're going to enjoy this show today. This is season 4, episode 8. And again, I'm Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge. And so glad you guys could be here. Hope you guys are all doing great out there. The bands I'm going to discuss today, and I've got a great cigar too here, but the bands I'm going to discuss today are bands that maybe you've known about. Maybe you've heard them. Maybe you've listened to a little bit of them. Uh, but anyway, I hope they're bands that you know of and that you've enjoyed. But they're bands that I feel have kind of slipped through the cracks. They're hidden gems from the 80's. Bands that didn't really make it very far. Maybe not a lot of huge success, and they probably all had their cult followings, of course, but bands that just didn't make it as big as other bands out there and just kind of slipped through the cracks and got forgotten about. So anyway, those are the bands I'm going to discuss today. I've got 10 different bands I'm going to discuss from the early 80's up through the very early 90's. Again, bands that just didn't make it, super, they just didn't go super far. They just didn't have the huge following like, the major bands out there like Kiss, Iron Maiden, etc. Bands that had great music, uh, great stage, great stage performances, great albums. But just for some reason, just didn't quite make it. Maybe the management wasn't as great as it could have been. Maybe it was just bad timing for these bands. It's hard to say. A lot of different reasons, why certain bands maybe start off real well, but then they fade out and just don't make it as far as they wanted to. And it all comes down to fan base and, who requests, these bands on maybe at one time it was MTV or whatever the case is. There's a lot of different reasons why bands don't make it and go super far and just don't make it real big, in the music scene. It's hard to say. It's so many reasons, like I said. But anyway, these are bands that I really love, that I feel are hidden gems, that are just bands you don't hear about really too much. Bands that have definitely been, I feel, have been forgotten about. And maybe after this, maybe during this podcast, you'll like, oh, I remember that band, and maybe you'll go check them out and see how they're doing, see what they're about, see what's going on with them, and maybe dive back into some of the older music and maybe even purchase some of their physical copies of CDs if you can find them, whatever the case is. I hope that this will help you guys to you know be able to check these bands out and go back and maybe have some great memories from these bands if you've known about them. So anyway, guys, before we get into that, let me show you the cigar I've got today. This is the Cuesta. Let's see, it's a Cuesta Rey uh, Centenario Tuscany Tubo. It's a Robusto, 5x50 Robusto. Um, Dominican Republic is the origin of the cigar. Strength is mild to medium. Connecticut wrapper. It's not a flavored cigar. Size is 5x50. Again, it's a Robusto. Connecticut shade. Cuban seed for the filler and binder, I believe. Couldn't find a lot of information about the cigar. I got this cigar over in Tucson, Arizona at oh gosh, one of the cigar shops over there. And, this was a couple of years back or so. I've had my humidor since, and I've had this before, but it's been a while. It's been a while. I had bought two of these at the time and smoked one a long time ago when I was in Arizona, and I forgot all about having another one in my humidor. So there's the other one right there. So anyway, I hope you guys can get a good look at that. Yeah, it's a nice looking cigar. I've had this in my tubo again for the past 2 years, and it's just looking great. No damage. Nothing's cracking on it or falling apart. Nothing. It's looking really good. So I definitely think I will toast this up and give it a clip first here. And I just recently got this case for my Calibri uh, cutter. This is a really handy case. On the back, it's got this little strip right here. And all you do is you pull it, and it brings your lighter up for you so you don't have to try and dig it out of your case. And this is all pure leather from Calibri. And yeah, what a great case. This is a really great case. But yeah, so I'm going to use my dual cutter today from Calibri. This is a great cutter, nice and heavy, nice and sturdy. Feels great in my hand. Um, and this is blue, kind of a dark blue, navy blue. But it's got the guillotine cut and the V cut, which I'm going to use the V cut today. Get a taste of the wrapper, get a smell of the cigar. Smells great. Smells like fresh cut grass. Give it a cold draw, but there's my V cut right there. This is a cigar made by J.C. Newman. And this cigar has got some great taste in the cold draw. Got some kind of cinnamon kind of taste notes. Fresh cut grass hay kind of a smell to it. Smells terrific. And let me go ahead and start toasting this, and I'll do a final light with my match. Anyway, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Thanks to all of you that follow me and that have been with me from the beginning. All of you newer followers, thank you for being with me. And hope you'll enjoy the show today. If you are new to this content, new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the like, uh, hit that like. Leave your questions, comments, and feedback. Share this content with everybody you know. I'd sure appreciate it. Help this channel grow by passing the word out to others, by letting them know about this channel. Maybe you know someone that's new into cigars. Maybe they're new into heavy metal, hard rock. Maybe they've been into hard rock, heavy metal cigars for a while, but don't know about this channel. Maybe it's someone new to all this and they're, oh, excuse me. Maybe they're new to all this and they're looking for a great channel to be a part of. So tell them to come over and be a part of this community. I would really love to see you here. So, ah, again, I don't know if I actually told you guys the name of this quite yet, but this is the Quest Array. Uh, let's see here. It's gosh, lost my train of thought here. Quest Array Centenario Tuscany, 5x50 Robusto, came in a tubo. Um, by the J.C. Newman Company. And this comes from the Dominican Republic, part of the J.C. Newman Company out of Tampa, Florida. And this cigar, again, has a mild to medium strength, um, Connecticut shade wrapper on the outside, 5x50 Robusto. And let's see here. The Quest Array Centenario Tuscany cigars combines history and exceptional taste to form a creamy smooth to medium-bodied premium cigar, once the official cigar of Spanish King Alfonso VIII. This cigar is for the enthusiast accustomed to the finest imported handmade cigars, hand-rolled in the Dominican Republic by the prestigious Tabacalera A. Fuente. The Centenario is wrapped in Connecticut shade or Connecticut broadleaf Maduro and filled with Cuban seed filler. Well, this is a Connecticut shade, and binder and filler is Cuban seed. So anyway, great cigar. getting just some slight spice, getting some nuttiness to it. Getting a little bit of some cedar. It's really it really is mild right now, overall. And do just a slight touch up here. There we go. Anyway, it's already building up some great ash there, I can see. Put that down for a moment. Um, so anyway, guys, um, let's get into some heavy metal birthdays real quick. Get that out of the way. I got to finish up on January here. So we'll start with Ian Hill. Uh, he was born January 20th, 1951. Bassist for Judas Priest. He's at the age of 75. And we got Steve Perry from Journey. Solo career, of course, he's had, over time. Birthday January 22nd, 1949. He's at the age of 77. And got Steven Adler, ex drummer for Guns N' Roses, and has a band called Adler's Appetite. Born in 1965 on January 22nd. He's at the age of 61. Again, Steven Adler, ex drummer for Guns N' Roses. Steve Riley, birthday January 22nd, 1956. Steve is no longer with us. He passed away a while back, but he was with Wasp, LA Guns, drummer. And again, he was born January 22nd, 1956. He'd be January 22nd, 1956. He'd be at the age of 70 right now if he was still alive. But definitely a very underrated drummer. One of the drummers that I've really enjoyed over the years. So rest in peace, Steve. We got Robin Zander, singer, songwriter, guitarist for Cheap Trick, born January 23rd, 1953. One of the greats, definitely. Let's see here. Tom Kiefer, born January 26th of 1961. Singer, songwriter, guitarist. He's had a long solo career. Well, he's had the Kiefer band anyway. And he was with Cinderella. He was the lead singer for Cinderella, guitarist, singer, songwriter. One of my favorites. But Tom was born January 26th, 1961. He's at the age of 65. Got Eddie Van Halen that left us a while back. He was born January 26th, 1955. He would be 71 years old if he was alive still. Guitarist, keyboardist. Definitely missed. Definitely missed. Rest in peace, Eddie. Matt Hafey from Trivium, guitarist, born January 26th, 1986. He's at the age of 40. Let's see here. Mike Patton, born January 27th, 1968. Singer, songwriter for the band Faith No More. Mr. Bungle, haven't never listened to them. He's at the age of 58. And we got Janet Gers, guitarist for Iron Maiden. Used to be in the Bruce Dickinson solo band, is how he became a part of Iron Maiden. If I remember right, I believe that's how he got involved with Iron Maiden. I want to say that's where he started, was with Bruce Dickinson, and then he followed Bruce Dickinson. Well, actually, he was in Iron Maiden after Bruce Dickinson left. Anyway, you guys tell me, was he in Iron Maiden first and then Bruce Dickinson's solo band, or was he in Bruce Dickinson's solo band and then joined Iron Maiden? You guys let me know. I can't remember for sure, but he's been a part of Iron Maiden for a long time now, and great. I think he's a great entertainer on stage. He's very showy acting with his guitar. Does a lot of moving around and running around, and does a lot of kicks and all kinds of stuff. But he's a great guitarist, definitely. So anyway, I always enjoy seeing him when he's with Iron Maiden, when I go see Iron Maiden. But again, Janet Gerst from Iron Maiden, guitarist at the age of 69, born January 27th, 1957. Oh gosh, I gotta skip over some of these guys since we got so much to discuss. Adrian Vandenberg from Whitesnake, born January 31st, 1954, at the age of 72. And skip over John Lydon. Jeff Hanneman from Slayer, rest in peace. He hasn't been with us for a while now. He died from a spider bite quite a while back. Born January 31st, 1964. He would be 62 years old if he was alive still. But guitarist for Slayer. So anyway, he's definitely missed. And let's see here. I think that's it for December or for January. I'm sorry, January. Go ahead and stop the share and go back into my share again. Go to February. The cigar is still doing very well. Definitely medium strength, I would definitely say. Um, let's see, I don't want to do that. Well, let me start this over again. I've screwed this all up. Hopefully, I haven't messed anything up here. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. I'm back. Anyway, so let's start out with Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was born February 4th, 1948. Singer, songwriter, of course. Also with the band Hollywood Vampires. He's at the age of 78 right now and still doing great. Still continuing on and just doing great. I mean, my gosh, I've never seen anyone at that age that is continuing to do this well for the hard rock heavy metal genre anyway. You got Mick Jagger out there with the Rolling Stones that's you know still out there, but Alice Cooper consistently every year puts on show after show after show after show, and he looks great for his age, and he's just in great health, and he isn't planning on stopping anytime soon. There's work he's planning on, and it might be in the works right now, but doing work with the original Alice Cooper band. So I think that's really exciting, definitely, and looking forward to more of that. Um, got all the Alice Cooper stuff from the original Alice Cooper band. I got everything from them, and I got a lot of the Alice Cooper solo stuff, of course. But huge fan of Alice Cooper, the original Alice Cooper group. Um, so anyway, um, let's see here. Duff McKagan, born February 4th, 1964. Guns N' Roses, of course, bass guitarist for Guns N' Roses. He's at the age of 62 right now. Duff McKagan, bass player for Guns N' Roses. And I believe he's got a lot of his hand on the songwriting as well. Yeah, what do you know? We got Axl Rose um, on February 6th. So Duff McKagan, February 5th. Got Axl Rose, born on February 6th of 1962. and at the age of 64. And I have not seen Guns N' Roses since they've been, back out on tour. Um, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about all the Guns N' Roses stuff going on. I love the old Guns N' Roses stuff, but Axl, it's just, you got to appreciate him for being out there and still going. I'm just not a fan of Axl Rose's voice anymore. But you got to give him, a lot of kudos for being out there still, coming back and doing all the shows they're doing. And if I had the opportunity to go see him, I definitely would. But David Bryan from Bon Jovi, keyboardist from Bon Jovi, born February 7th at the age of 64. Definitely a great keyboardist. Sully Erna from Godsmack, born February 7th, 1968, at the age of 58. Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit, guitarist for Limp Bizkit, born in 1975 at the age of 51. Vince Neil from Motley Crue, born February 8th, 1963, singer, songwriter, as he's at the age of 65 right now. Yeah, let's see here. We got Cliff Burton. By the way, before I go on, I want to say happy belated birthday to all the ones in January. Rest in peace to all the greats that we've lost over time. But definitely, here's another one we've lost. Cliff Burton. Um, this year was the anniversary of his passing. He would be 64 years old if he was alive right now. He was born February 10th, 1962. And of course, fortunately, he was tragically killed in a bus accident with Metallica back in 1986. So anyway, Cliff Burton, you're missed every day. Rest in peace. Again, the bass guitarist for Metallica. So, got Craig Jones, ex Slipknot, sampler keyboardist. He's at the age of 54 right now. Yeah. So Craig Jones of Slipknot. And Henry Rollins, born February 13th, 1961. He's at the age of 65. He's definitely a force in the punk world anyway. Let's see here. Jakey Lee, born February 15th, 1957. He's at the age of 69. Of course, he was with Ozzy Osbourne, Badlands, Red Dragon Cartel. Great guitarist. Great songwriter, actually, too. And let's see here. This is February 16th. Let's see here. Dave Lombardo, ex drummer for Slayer. He's been in Suicidal Tendencies, Mr. Bungle, Misfits, Empire State Bastard, Dead Cross, but known for being with Slayer, of course. So anyway, Dave Lombardo from Slayer, age 61. Ice-T with Body Count. Of course, he used to be really into the whole rap scene at one time, the whole gangster rap scene back in the early 90s. Born February 16, 1958, at the age of 68. If you've never heard of Body Count or listened to them, they're pretty brutal. Check them out. Let's see here. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins, born February 17, 1972. He left us a couple of years ago or so. He would be 54 years old if he was alive today. Drummer for Foo Fighters. So anyway, definitely missed. A great drummer. Tony Iommi, born February 19th, 1948. He's at the age of 78 right now. Guitarist for Black Sabbath, songwriter as well. But yeah, one of the greats, definitely right there. And we got Doug Ulrich from Whitesnake, the Dead Daisies. Also been with Dio. He was born February 19th, 1964. He's at the age of 62. And let's see here. Seth Morrison from Skillet, born February 19th, 1988. He's at the age of 38 right now with Skillet, Christian metal band Skillet. And of course, Kurt Cobain, rest in peace. He was born February 20th, 1967. He's been away from us for quite a while. He would be 59 if he was alive, but rest in peace, Kurt Cobain. And we got Flora Jansen from Nightwish, born February 21st, 1981. She's at the age of 45. And Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, born February 21st, 1971. He's at the age of 55, so he's just a tad bit older than me. My birthday's not until August, so I won't. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'll be 56 in August. So he's a year younger than me. So anyway, Randy Blythe, singer songwriter for Lamb of God at the age of 55. At least he will be here soon. Scott Phillips from Alter Bridge and Creed, born February 22nd, 1973, at the age of 53. Brad Whitford of Aerosmith, born February 23rd, 1952. And I miss Aerosmith. He's at the age of 74. Yeah, Michael Wilton from Queensryche, born 23rd, 1962, at the age of 64. I believe I believe he does a lot of songwriting as well. But had the pleasure of meeting him in Queensryche this last year or this last summer or this last fall, I guess I should say. Great bunch of guys, definitely. So yeah, Michael Wilton. And we got John Norum from Europe, born February 23rd, 1964, at the age of 62. One of those bands that I didn't include in today, but one of those bands I think a lot of people have forgotten about, which is Europe. I might have to do a part two of bands that have been forgotten about, maybe. So I know I've probably missed some bands, but yeah, Europe definitely would be one of them. I think a lot of people have forgotten about. Let's see here. Chris Brenna, Nine Inch Nails, drummer for Nine Inch Nails, keyboardist, born February 23rd, 1967, at the age of 59. Chris Fan, or Fiend, percussionist, ex-Slipknot, born February 24th, 1973. He's at the age of 50, born in 1973 at the age of 53. So Jonathan Cain from Journey, born February 26th, 1950. He's at the age of 76. Journey is doing a farewell tour. They're ending it finally, which I definitely have mixed feelings about. Huge Journey fan with Steve Perry especially, but we've got Neil Sean from Journey, guitar singer songwriter, born February 27th, 1954. He's at the age of 72. Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden, guitarist, songwriter, born 1957. He's at the age of 69. Johnny Van Zant, birth date February 1960. Band Leonard Skinner, singer, age 66 right now. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Nothing past the 27th. So that's all your birthdays for February. Not sure if I'm going to be able to get another Harper Cigar Lounge podcast in this month. So I definitely wanted to get through all the birthdays for the last part of January that I missed because I couldn't do a second show in January. Wanted to get all the February stuff out of the way. So there you are. So that's all the birthdays. Trying to get off of the screen here. Here I am. Okay, I thought I lost you guys for a moment there. The cigar is still doing pretty well. Um, hasn't I had to relight it once just because I had been talking too long, but it's doing well. Um, construction's doing great. Might give it one more little touch up here. Construction's doing great. It's really not too wonky here on the burn line, but thought I might as well give it a touch up since I'm thinking about it. So anyway, so again, there's your birthdays. So happy belated birthdays to some of these guys. Some of these birthdays haven't came up yet, so happy birthday to all these great guys that are coming up. And then rest in peace to all the ones we've lost, definitely. So um, definitely a lot of guys that are missed out there. Anyway, today I'm wearing my Boston Scally cap, the contender, in case you guys are wondering. A lot of dark blues, dark greens, some lighter green. But this is a flat cap, one of my favorite hats from the Boston Scally Company. There's my cap pin right there. But there's just a close up of it. Some really pretty colors throughout this flat cap, and it's so comfortable. So anyway, St. Patrick's Day is going to be coming up here soon, so I thought I might as well start getting into the St. Patrick's Day spirit. So anyway, guys, let's get into the bands. The first band I'm going to discuss is a band called Fastway, and definitely a great band, very underrated band. Um, they are out of London, England, and this is a self-titled Fastway from 1983. Some of the songs on there. Um, but yeah, so let me go to the information on this album. Um, this is their debut album, and the guys are Fast Eddie Clark on guitar, Dave King on vocals and harmonica, Jerry Shirley on drums, and there's a picture of them right there. Very edgy band. They got a lot of hooks and riffs and great, great songs. Easy living. Feel me, touch me. All I need is your love. Another day. Heft. We become one. Give it all you got. Say what you will was the big song off of this. But just got some heavy hitters, some edgy songs, sleazy songs. But just a great band. Hard rock, heavy metal band. You got me running. Also, give it some action. Far from home, far from home. But great band, and they also did the soundtrack for the movie. Um, for this movie right here called Trick or Treat, they did the soundtrack to that. That came out in 1986. Another great album from Fastway, but just a great album. A lot of hooks, a lot of riffs. Uh, Just, just edgy, sleazy, and they got some hard hitters. They got some more toned down kind of rock stuff on here, but just a great album. I guarantee you guys, if you pick this up, you will enjoy it. It took me a while to for these guys to, for me to get into them. It was a band that took me a little while to appreciate, really. Um, but yeah, great band though. It took me a little while to finally purchase this album. I've had it for a little while now, but it took me a little while before I finally purchased it. Just didn't know enough about them, but I finally took a risk on it, and I love this. I love this album. So Fastway from 1983, their debut album, and you gotta check it out. Definitely gotta check out that album. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to put that in your way. Some of my shout outs for a little bit later. Again, Fastway. That's my first one from the 80's. Got my coffee with me, by the way. So cheers to you guys this morning. And I hope you guys have a great cigar with you today, by the way. Let me know in the comments what you're smoking along with me today. Um, Love to know what you're smoking today. Anyway, so next band, we got Autograph. And this is from 1984. Sign in, please. Right there. There's the back of it. Or that there's a glare from my screen here. But anyway, some of the great songs off of this was Send Her to Me, Turn Up the Radio, huge, huge hit on MTV. Say What You Will from Fastway was a huge hit on MTV. 19 and Nonstop, Cloud 10 Deep End, My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, Isn't Me, Thrill of Love, Friday in the Night, All I'm Gonna Take. This band, more commercial kind of, band. More pop, kind of hard rock kind of stuff. Glammy, kind of a glammy band also, but they got some great riffs, some great hard hitters. They got some more mellower, toned down kind of rock, but great guys. Uh, you got Steve Plunkin on lead vocals, guitar, and he's got a great voice, I think. Great guitars. Steve Lynch, great guitars. He's lead guitar, great guitars. Randy Rand on bass and backing vocals, Steven Isom on keyboards and backing vocals, and Kenny Richards on drums. And just a great band at that time. And they went on to do some other great albums also. Um, and I think this is definitely one of their best albums, their debut, Sign In Please, the one I just showed you. But they went on to do That's the Stuff and Loud and Clear. That's the Stuff from 1985, Loud and Clear, 1987. Both good albums, definitely great albums. But yeah, great band. And let's see here. I want to say that Steve Plunkett is no longer alive, and I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. No, he looks like he's alive still. I thought I had heard somewhere along the way that maybe he had passed away somehow, but I'm wrong. He's still around, so thank gosh for that. So anyway, moving on to the next band, we got TNT. Um, and they are a band that I know a lot of people have forgotten about. They're from they're Norwegian. Um, so they're from Norway, and this is the album right here, Tell No Tales. Tell No Tales. And this came out in 1987. There's the back of it. Really good album. The big hit off of this was 10,000 Lovers and One. But they got other great songs on here. Everyone's a Star, As Far As You Can See, Sapphire, Child's Play, Smooth, Syncopation, Listen to Your Heart, Desperate Night, Northern Lights, Incipits, Tell No Tales, again from 1987. And they've had a lot of albums. They've had a lot of albums besides this one. But let's see here. You got Tony Harnell on vocals, Ronnie Takra on guitars, guitar synthesizer, Morty Black on bass guitar, pedal synthesizer, and Diesel Dahl on drums and percussion. So anyway, great band at the time, and I never really I've heard some of their other music, but this is probably the best album that I've heard. Got some really great hard hitters, got some toned down rock, got a little bit of some ballad stuff. But the lead singer for this band has a great voice, and I mean the guitarists are great in this band. But Tony Harnell on vocals, he's a great vocalist. But a lot of riffs, a lot of great hooks in this on this album, and they are considered glam metal as well as hard rock and heavy metal. But anyway, check them out. Great band if you've never listened to them. Then we got I got Leather Wolf up next. And let's see here. The cigar is still doing great. Getting some taste notes of, some natural tobacco sweetness right now. Getting some nuttiness still. Getting a little bit of some cedar. Um, Getting a little bit of some cinnamon taste notes as well. But the construction's still doing well. It's building up, some decent ash there. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. So here's Leather Wolf right here. Here's our date. This is our debut album. And I'm sorry for the glare. My gosh. This is just self-titled Leather Wolf. This came out in 1987. Um, you got let's see here. Dean Roberts on drums. You got Joffrey Gare on lead vocals, lead guitar and vocals. You got Paul Carmen on bass guitar vocals. Carly Howe on lead guitar vocals. And we've got Michael Oliver on lead vocals, guitar, and keyboards. There's a picture of him there. The writing is really small on the inside of this album. I had to look pretty close at the pictures to get the names of these guys. But some of the great songs on this album is Rise or Fall, The Calling was an MTV hit. Share a Dream, Cry Out, Gypsies and Thieves, Bad Moon Rising, Princess of Love. And yeah, Bad Moon Rising is a cover from trying to think of who sang that. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Princess of Love, Magical Eyes, Rule the Night, produced by Kevin Beamish. But Leather Wolf, they're from Huntington Beach, California. Huntington Beach, California. But a lot of great hard hitters on that album. A lot of great riffs. Great album, and everything is so tight on that album. The musicianship is great. And then we had next, let's see here. Yeah, Street Ready was the follow-up album, and this came out in 1989, right there. Another great album from these guys. Um, there's a better picture of them in here. So again, we got Paul Carmen on bass guitar, Dean Roberts on drums, Geoff Gayer on guitar, um, Kerry Bro on guitar, and let's see here. And for some reason, oh, here we go. It's funny on this album they did not mention the lead singer's name, but I believe it's the same name from the first album. I know it's the same singer. Why they did that, I don't know. Not sure why they didn't list the lead singer's name. They got everyone else's name listed here, but not the lead singer for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, this band is on let's see here, on Universal Records. TNT's on Mercury Records. Autograph was on RCA, and then Fastway was on Columbia Records. But another great album. I mean, a lot of hard hitters, edgy stuff, a lot of hooks. Got some toned down rock music, got some heavy stuff. Really good album. It really is. Wicked Days, Street Ready, Hideaway, Take a Chance, Black Knight, Thunder, The Way I Feel, Too Much, Lonely Road, Spirits in the Wind. Street Ready was the big song off of this one. So anyway, Leather Wolf. Yeah, great band. And then we got Bullet Boys next. And this is their debut album right here from 1987. Actually 1988, I apologize, 1988. And this is a self-titled album, um, their debut album as well. Um, let's see here. We've got Mark Torian on lead vocals, Mick Sweet on guitar backing vocals, Lonnie Vincent on bass backing vocals, Jimmy Dionda on drums. And this song's got a lot of groove, a lot of funk, a lot of blues. And it's got some great hooks and some great riffs, throughout this album. But just an album to really party. You can really party this album. It's just a great album. A lot of fun to listen to. But Heart of the Rock, MTV hit. Smooth Up in You, another MTV hit. Ode to Joe was another big song of theirs. F9, Shoot the Preacher Down, another huge song of theirs. Kissin' Kitty, great song. For the Love of Money is another big hit of theirs. Um, I'm sorry, not Hard as a Rock was not on TV, not on MTV, but great song. For the Love of Money was the other song on MTV. Both For the Love of Money and Smooth Up in You or Smooth Up in Ya, both huge hits on MTV. And then you got Badlands, Hell on My Heels, Crank Me Up, and this was on Warner Brothers Records. And I think there's a picture of them in here. Yeah, there they are right there. And they're still going. I think they're getting ready to do a farewell tour, from what I understand. But great album from 1988. Saw these guys with Winger and Cinderella on their Long Cold Winter tour, and they were just terrific. I actually got to meet them before the show too. They actually were coming out of their tour bus going into the hotel we were hanging out at. But got to meet these guys. They were terrific guys. Great memories. And then same guys, same lineup, and this is from 1991. This is a Freak Show. There's the back of it right there. Really good album. And some of the great songs on this was "Hang on St. Christopher," "Do Me Raw," "Say Your Prayers," "Ripping Me," "Thrill That Kills, Hell Yeah, The Groove, Oh Me Oh My, Freak Show, Huge, Good Girl, Talk to Your Daughter. Very their music's very sleazy, kind of a sleaze metal band, if you ask me. Very glammy, but a lot of blues, a lot of grungy, gritty kind of music. Just very dirty style music. Definitely, I consider them one of the best of the sleaze metal bands. But anyway, yeah, Bullet Boys. So again, there's a great picture of them there. Yeah, great band. I love those guys. Um, and then next, we got Living Color. This was a band that I don't know, they didn't go real super far, but they were pretty cool. I mean, pretty cool band. Uh, Remember them on MTV, and they had some really great songs. But first black hard rock metal band that I remember of anyway. Um, and this was a great album. Vivid is the name of this album. From Epic Records and Legacy Records. This came out in 1988, year I graduated from high school. We got Cult of Personality, I Want to Know, Middleman, Desperate People, Open Letter to a Landlord, Funny Vibe, Memories Can't Wait, Broken Hearts, Glamour Boys, What's Your Favorite Color, Which Way to America. The Cult of Personality and Glamour Boys were the big songs on MTV with these guys. And but let's see here. You got Corey Glover on vocals, Vernon Reid on guitars, Muzz Skillings on bass, Will Collin on drums, and their genre is hard rock, heavy metal, funk metal, alternative metal, and funk rock. Which there's definitely some kind of reggae kind of stuff in with this as well. A lot of funky kind of grooves. But a lot of great bass guitar, work on that album. But just a great band, really great band. And it's too bad they couldn't have done better. I got to see them open up for Aerosmith once. Oh, I can't remember what year that was, but man, they did a great show. They really did. Really great show. Um, and next up, we got Badlands. Um, from 1989. Uh, there's Badlands. Man, what a great album. On Atlantic Records. Songs are High Wire, Dreams in the Dark, which was a huge MTV hit. Jade Song, Winter Call, Dancing on the Edge, Streets Cry Freedom, Hard Driver, Rumbling Train, Devil Stomp, Seasons. Um, and again, there's the front of it. You got Jakey Lee on guitars and keyboards. You got Ray Gillen on vocals, blues, harp. Ray Gillen is no longer alive. Rest in peace, Ray Gillen. Uh, Actually sang with Black Sabbath for a very short time at one time. Greg Chasin on bass and Eric Singer on drums that ended up being with Kiss for so many years. Um, but Dreams in the Dark and Jade's song, Winter's Call, great songs. If you're a fan of Black Sabbath or anything with blues metal, that is a great band to listen to. But if you've never checked them out, you gotta try and find this album and check them out. Just a very bluesy metal kind of band, hard rock metal. But yeah, really terrific album. You guys gotta check them out. A lot of great hooks, a lot of great riffs, edgy, got a lot of bluesy kind of stuff throughout it. Yeah, great album. So Badlands. And then next we got Bang Tango. Uh, I discovered these guys on the Donahue show of all things. Um, let's see here. From 1989, we got Psycho Cafe. right there. And I know I've mentioned these guys on some of my past podcasts. But some of the great songs on this is Attack of Life, Someone Like You, big hit on MTV. Wrap My Wings, Breaking Up a Heart of Stone, Shotgun Man, Don't Stop Now, Love Injection, Just for You, Do What You're Told, Sweet Little Razor. And again, this came out in 1989 and considered glam metal hard rock. You got Joey Leste on lead vocals. Um, Mark Knight on guitar, Kyle Stevens on guitar, Kyle on bass. What a That'd be wild to have your first and last name the same. Tig Kettler on drums, but just sleazy, bluesy, gritty. A lot of great hooks, a lot of great riffs, but just very dirty and gritty and sleazy. Very glammy band, definitely. Bang Tango, Psycho Cafe. If you've never listened to this band, you've got to check them out, guys. And they had some other great stuff too. Dancing on Coals was another great album from 1991, and then they got other albums too after that. They got some live albums. They got some great stuff out there, so check them out. Um, and next up we got Blue Murder. Um, from 1989, self-titled Blue Murder, right there. Very bluesy kind of rock, hard rock metal. There's the back of it right there. Some of the songs on this is Riot, Sex Child, Valley of the Kings. That was a big song on MTV. Jelly Roll, another big song on MTV. Blue Murder, I think that was on MTV. Out of Love, um, Billy, let's see here, Ptolemy, Black Hearted Woman, um, and let's see here, you've got, let's see, yeah, I have those songs, I guess, pronounced right. Um, let's see. Got John Sykes on lead vocals and guitar. Of course, he's passed away in 2024. So rest in peace, John. He was with Whitesnake for a long time. Got Cozy Powell that used to be a Black Sabbath that helped out with this as well. So he was on drums. Helped did some drum parts on this album. Of course, Cozy Powell passed away in 1998, so rest in peace, Cozy Powell, one of the greatest drummers ever. Tony Franklin on bass, backing vocals. Ray Gillen on lead vocals. He did some help on this album. And then Carmine Appice on drums, backing vocals. But I did not know that Ray Gillen helped with some of this album. I didn't know that. Ray Gillen was the one that sang for Badlands and Black Sabbath for a very short time. Um, and didn't realize that Tony Martin helped with this album too. Tony Martin sang for Black Sabbath. Well, these are actually former members. I apologize. I was wondering what the heck was going on here. Um, Let me go back to. Oh gosh, guys. I was like thinking that was kind of weird. What I was seeing there. Um, so yeah, so on this album, you got John Sykes and guitars lead and backing vocals. You got Tony Franklin on bass backing vocals and Carmine Appice on drums backing vocals. But yeah, I didn't realize that there were some of those past members involved with Blue Murder. So anyway, there it is again. And there's the back of it right there. Yeah, great album. Bluesy, got some great riffs. Not a super hard, heavy album, but there's some great riffs, some grungy stuff in there. Very bluesy kind of rock as well. So great band actually. Didn't make it very far. You know, it's just one of those bands that just did not make it very far, which is too bad because they did have some great stuff. Next on my list is Baton Rouge. Um, this is called Shake Your Soul. There, if I move over this way, I'm noticing I'm not getting that glare. So anyway, I'll put my albums over here, I guess. Uh, what a great band this is. I discovered these guys kind of late. A lot of hooks. A little more commercial sounding, but they got a lot of great hooks. They got some great hard hitters. Got some more toned down stuff. But the whole album is just really fun to listen to. No fillers. But songs are Doctor, Walks Like a Woman, which was a huge hit for them. Big Trouble, It's About Time, Bad Time Coming Down, The Midge, instrumental, uh, Baby's So Cool, Young Hearts, Melanie, There Was a Time, The Storm, Hot Blood Moving, and Spread Like Fire. And there's a picture of the guys there. Um, let's see here. So you got Kelly Keeling on lead vocals, um, and guitars. Lance Boulin on guitars, backing vocals. Keith Harrison on bass. Harold Knoppenberger on drums. But anyway, yeah, great album. A lot of great hooks. A lot of great riffs. You know, a little more commercial sounding, but they've got some great tunes. I mean, it's just a great album. Fun album to listen to. So Baton Rouge again, right there. Really good album. And last, we got Pretty Boy Floyd. And this was another band that I always knew about, but just never really gave them the time of day until, gosh, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I hate to say. I started listening to these guys. And I really don't have a lot of I don't really have any of their studio albums, but I do have this great live album that was recorded in 2012. Or in 2001, I apologize. Um, give you a little history on these guys. Let's see here, which was actually named after I think they're named after a gangster, if I remember right. I think Pretty Boy Floyd was a gangster at one time in the mob. But anyway, you got Steve Sex Summers. Let's see here. Yeah, you got Steve Sex Summers on lead vocals. You got Christy Crash Majors on guitars, backing vocals. Vinny Chas on bass and backing vocals. Kerry Kane on drums, backing vocals. So, but anyway, there's a picture of them there. Just very sleazy, glammy band. A lot of great riffs. Got some really edgy stuff, some hard stuff. You would think the way they look, they wouldn't be as hard as they are, but they are got some really great hard edge stuff. I really love them. I mean, they're just a really tight band, really tight. And then they had brought out this Kiss of Death album from 2015, all covers from Kiss, and they did a hell of a job on this album. King of the Nighttime World, Room Service, I Stole Your Love, I Love It Loud, Going Blind, Deuce, Creatures of the Night, Detroit Rock City, Firehouse, Love Gun, Shout It Out Loud, Christian 16, Strutter, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Black Diamond. Yeah, there's another picture of them there. Great band. Wow, great band. On this live album, you got Junkie Girl, Rock and Roll Outlaws, Good Girl Gone Bad, Shock the World, Leather Boys with Electric Toys, Shut Up, Your Mama Don't, or Your Mama Won't Know, 48 Hours, 7 Minutes in Heaven, Rock and Roll, is gonna set the night on fire. Rock and Roll is gonna set the night on fire. So yeah, great album, and there's some bonus tracks on here as well. Um, don't Save Your Love. Um, it's still rock and roll to me. The Wild One. Everybody Needs a Hero. 7 Minutes in Heaven. Ace of Spades. Um, yeah, some great cover work, great cover stuff that they did. Yeah, great covers that they did on this album. So yeah, really good album. If you guys have never checked out Pretty Boy Floyd, check them out. But yeah, they're just very sleazy and edgy and gritty, just sleazy, edgy stuff. Really good stuff though. Great album to party to. Great music from these guys. So anyway, check Pretty Boy Floyd out if you never checked them out. So anyway, so yeah, so again we got for the lineup today, for the hidden gems of the 80s, that bands that you guys have forgotten about, maybe never heard of, that you need to check out. But again, Pretty Boy Floyd, Baton Rouge, Blue Murder, Bang Tango, right there, Bang Tango, Badlands, Living Color, Bullet Boys, Leather Wolf. Let's see here if I can get that glare off of there. Leather Wolf. Let's see here, guys. Let me trying to get that glare off of this. Gosh, guys. Sorry. Anyway, Leather Wolf. There we go. Leather Wolf. Leather Wolf. Yeah, so anyway, terrific band. And then we got TNT, Autograph, and Fastway. So those are bands you guys need to check out if you've never checked them out or have never listened to them. Definitely got to check those bands out. They are all terrific in their own right. Um, anyway, whoops, almost knocked my coffee over. Forgot my coffee was there. I think I'll move that onto my coffee table. And I forgot about my cigar here, of course. Give it another relight here. But it's been a great cigar so far. Great taste notes. Great construction. Great draw. The draw is great on this. Not too tight, not too loose. The construction's been great. And great taste notes of, I've been getting some natural tobacco sweetness, actually, some nuttiness, some cinnamon, a little bit of some spice, cedar, if I didn't mention that. It's been a terrific cigar, it really has. Um, but gosh, guys, let me know in the comments if you've heard of any of these bands, if uh, have listened to them, if you're a fan of them, if you have not been a fan of them, let me know why you're not a fan of them. Just let me know if you know anything about these bands and what your thoughts are on them. So, but I'm going to throw some heavy metal news to you guys here. See what we got going on out there on loudwire.com. No. Loudwire, I think, is where I got all my heavy metal birthdays. I think I want to go to Blabbermouth, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Blabbermouth. Let's see here. Angela, I had a feeling that would happen. Angela Gossow. Oh, I misread this. Angela Gossow shoots down rumors that she has rejoined Arch Enemy, her arch enemy. It's not me, she says. Well, darn it, anyway. She was the very first singer for Arch Enemy. Um, oh, let's see here. Oh boy. Well, anyway, guys, if you didn't know, the new Megadeth has gone to #1 on the top 200 Billboard charts. That's pretty awesome. Um, Alyssa White gloves on Split with Arch Enemy. It was definitely difficult, but change is always a wild mix of fear and excitement. Um, Still not sure why she left Arch Enemy, so maybe I can find out here. In a new interview with Germany's Metal Hammer magazine, Alyssa White Gloves was asked how difficult it was for her to announce her departure from Arch Enemy last November after an 11-year tenure with the Extreme Metal Titans. She responded, it was definitely difficult, but change is always a mild mix of fear and excitement. When you spend that many years with something, it becomes a huge part of your life and identity. So making that announcement was something I took was something I so making that announcement wasn't something I took lightly. I devoted an enormous amount of my creative energy to project for more than half of my career. So um, not sure what she's going to be doing. I still can't figure out what her plans are. If you guys know anything about that, let me know. Um, Rob Halford talks the Ballad of Judas Priest documentary, which I'm not sure will be out, but be keeping an eye out for that. I definitely want to see that myself. Um, Talks the Ballad of Judas Priest documentary and his lyrical inspiration. As I've gotten older, I've gotten angrier with the world. I agree. Blackie Lawless from Wasp plans to give fans what they want on upcoming 1984 to Headless 2026 North American tour. And I know he had some surgery on his back here not too long ago. Um, but boy, I'd sure like to catch Wasp. I have not gotten to catch those guys yet. So I hope they'll be in the area again. I hope they'll be in Denver, Colorado eventually. But anyway, so I guess they got a new North American tour planned. Not sure. There's no dates listed here. Um, but it says they want what they want on upcoming 1984 to Headless 2026 North American tour. So anyway, definitely going to be keeping an eye out on dates for Wasp. Still a band I've never been able to see. I still want to see these guys. Slash says Guns N' Roses has never been a big choreographed thing when it comes to the band's live shows. Yeah, I hear that their shows are like their song lineups and everything. They just kind of wing their song lineups. They don't have a certain lineup plan, so every show's different, I guess, from what I've heard. Um, Megadeth's Dave Mustaine. When I can't play anymore, I won't. I'm not going to stop before I can't. From what I've heard, that Dave Mustaine might be doing some solo stuff once Megadeth does their final tour. Um, from what I've heard. Um, so anyway, I hope that Megadeth will come to this area in Denver, around the Denver, Colorado area. I'm about 2.5 hours from Denver. Hopefully they'll come to Denver. I really want to catch Megadeth also before they're done. But they're going to be, I think they're in the start of their farewell tour, and it's going to go for a while from what I understand. And yeah, I really hope to catch them. Um, but yeah, their new album is #1 on the top 200 Billboard charts, so that's a big accomplishment for Megadeth. There's been a lot of health issues with Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. They were going to do another tour. They had to cancel it due to Dee Snider's health issues. But he wants to reassure everybody he's not dying. I just can't do the things that I did in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s. Um, let's see here. But yeah, they were going to do 50th anniversary concerts, and they had to cancel that due to Dee Snider's health. Um, but I know he's got some arthritis issues, I guess, and some other things going on too that I'm not sure about. If you guys know anything about Dee Snider, what's going on with him exactly, let me know. Um, Tool is looking at doing a Las Vegas Sphere residency. Um, so it looks like they're looking at doing a residency here soon. So if you're a Tool fan, check them out, see what's going on with that. Let's see here. That might be it for now, guys. Yeah, just not a lot going on right now, I guess. Like I thought maybe there would be. But anyway, I think that's it. Actually, see first preview clip from official Judas Priest documentary, The Ballad of Judas Priest. That'd be up on YouTube right now. Nancy Wilson actually says she wants to make one last Heart album and do the Victory Lap in 2027. Uh, Blackie Lawless rips Gene Simmons for suggesting Ace Frehley's death was the result of bad decisions. That was totally uncalled for, and I definitely agree. As much as I love Gene Simmons, I definitely agree with that. So I guess that's it for metal news there. I guess that's it for that. So wanted to do a few shout outs. Want to give a shout out to Daniel Remains over in Canada, my buddy over there. Antonello Nicastro, my buddy uh, over in the UK. Antonello's got a great YouTube channel. He's a great songwriter, producer, singer. He's got a lot of great songs that he's been a part of, that he's co-wrote. So Antonello Nicastro in the UK, make sure you check him out here on YouTube. He's been a guest a couple times on my shows. We've been great friends over the years. He was one of my very first followers on this channel, as well as my Facebook group. Jacob Lee over in South Dakota, my buddy over there. Steven and Hugh Potter over in Florida. Um, and of course, um, Mark Janik with Reviews with Moose. Chad with First 508th Airborne. Two guys that really do a lot of cap reviews. With this Boston Scully cap, I'll leave a link in the for the Boston Scully Company if you're interested in some caps like this. I'll leave a link in the bio section for you guys. Daniel Finley over in Pittsburgh. Keith Meisner over in Louisiana. He has got a great channel where he does a lot of cigar reviews, a lot of cigar topics here on YouTube, which is the cigar reviews by Lance. So check him out. Tony Taylor with Cigar Spirits Golf in USA here on YouTube and Facebook. Check him out. Um, and my old buddies back in Pittsburgh with the Cigar Junkies, Corey Banks, Samuel Hoffman, David Garofalo. Um, and my gosh, there's just so many people. Keith Kinneberg over in Lingle, Wyoming. A lot of great, just so many people to give shout outs. My family, my wife, Marcy, my mom, Sheila, my sister, Cher. for all their support. My brother Grant over in Sheridan, Wyoming, for all of his support. Um, yeah, a lot of people to thank, I tell you what. And let's see here. See what I got for new followers here on YouTube. Let's see. Essencia Kazama, Duccio Fragiacomo. Some of these names I can't pronounce very well. Mike Chandler, Mike McKenna, Groovy Guru, Luigi Garelone, Chris Gibson, Joe Fielding, Pause for Effect, Ed Franco, Caps on Cameras. Of course, my buddy Ed with Caps on Cameras over in Japan. And Gregor Miller. Yeah, a lot of new followers here. Let's see, Diablo Rouge, 80, Warbuff, Mario Santos, Anthony Bolton. Yeah, a lot of great new followers. So thank you guys. And let's see here on Facebook, my Facebook group page. Got Tim Long, John Pappas, Marcelo Moreno. Thank you, Marcelo. Zenazaz Cigars, Sean Jones, Lauren Muller, Puros Furia, Puros, Drums Parson Kassan, Rob Gogner, Enrico Maria Puglisi, Chad Klusko, Billy Perdomo. Thank you, Billy. Thank you all of you that have joined up to my group page, my Harper Cigar Lounge group page, where there's a lot of cigar content, heavy metal, hard rock content. Yeah, thank you all of you for joining my Facebook group. Um, let's see here, my Facebook group. Let's see here. Trying to see how many members we've got now. Got about 1,900 members on the Facebook group page. About 540 members now on the YouTube channel here. So thank you all of you guys for all of your support to me. All of you guys that have been with me for a while, thank you. All of you new followers, thank you. And again, if you're brand new to this content, guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel today. Hit that like, leave your questions, comments, and feedback. Share this content with everybody you know. I sure appreciate it. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the show today. And if I've missed you on the shout outs, I apologize. Let me know in the comments if I've missed you, and I'll make sure I get you on the next podcast. But you guys have been great, and thank you for being a part of all this. I appreciate you guys. Since I've been away from the grocery store that I used to manage, I've lost 20 pounds, and I'm starting to lose some weight in my face, thank gosh. So I really have not liked the way I've looked without my beard. The new work I'm doing, I cannot have a beard anymore, so I had to shave it off for safety reasons. So anyway, trying to get used to not having a beard still. I know I've shaved it off here and there in the past, but I never liked not having a beard, I'll tell you that. So I'm having to get used to not having a beard again. But I'm getting used to it. But hopefully, you guys, you think I look okay without my beard. I hope. Um, hopefully that doesn't change anything with you guys following me. I hope I haven't scared you off. I know I don't have the prettiest face in the world, and I know the beard covered that up a little bit. But anyway, so anyway, guys, um, yeah, I'm looking better since I've lost about 18 pounds now, almost 20, I think. Uh, After today, I might be down 20 pounds, hopefully. But again, today I'm smoking this Quest Array. That was the tubo to it right there. Um, Again, this is the Quest Array Centenario Tuscany Tubo 5x50 Robusto Connecticut Shade Wrapper with Cuban seed filler and binder, and 5x50 Robusto again. But yeah, just a great cigar. It's been just great construction, great ash, great draw, great taste notes of some natural tobacco sweetness, some nuttiness, hints of spice, some cedar. Um, and gosh, yeah, just a lot of great taste notes in this. And it's just a great cigar for the morning with my coffee. Cheers to you guys again, by the way. It'd be a great cigar for a nightcap. But anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this show today. Again, this is season 4, and this is episode 8, season 4, episode 8. And again, my Boston Scally Cap. I'll leave a link for the Boston Scally Company in my bio section. And again, this cigar is made by the J.C. Newman Company. Great cigar, really, guys. If you're looking for more of a milder, medium strength cigar, this is a great cigar to get. Really is. So I'm not sure how easy this cigar is to find. I found a couple of these in Tucson, Arizona a few years back. And I smoked one in Tucson. I saved the other one, put it in my humidor, forgot all about it. Ran across it today, so I thought, why not smoke it finally? And it's just a great cigar. It's one of I've got boxes of Cuesta Reyes, some other ones, and they're definitely some of my favorite cigars. Actually, really some of my favorites. I got some Maduros, got some other ones with some lighter shade cigars, Toro size, Robusto size, Figurados. They're all great. So anyway, guys, if you never had Quest or Ray cigar, make sure you grab up any of them. They're all terrific. So but anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for being a part of all this, and thanks for all of you that stay close to what I'm doing here. You guys are the best. You guys are the greatest. I love all of you. You guys are always in my thoughts and prayers. And I hope these bands I talked about today, I hope you'll go out and check them out and see for yourself what they're all about and listen to them. And if you do know about these bands that I mentioned today, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you know about them, any experiences you've had with them, whatever the case. Let me know. But anyway, guys, great bands. Check them out. And again, this is season 4, episode 8 of Harper Cigar Lounge. Glad I could be with you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with me a little bit. And you guys have a great rest of your week. God bless all of you. And keep rocking, keep smoking. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye now.